stories.
Ah, okay. So you found a contract there as a nurse?
Yes, yes. I could find in other places too, but most of places propose casual position, which is not so good for me because I am alone, financially responsible. So I need full-time contract because I need to pay all bills. So, and I
Yeah.
found here very good proposition, and also life here is much cheaper on the north.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I just had my meeting with a woman in Toronto, and she says she can't live there because life is far too expensive.
Oh, I enjoy actually this small town. It's very comfortable for life, honestly. We have
Yeah.
everything close. It's good. I like small towns. Sorry.
Okay. So could you explain your story, how you ended up in Canada from the beginning, where you were living in Ukraine and what happened in your life?
If I forgot how to fly, if I fell from the sky, when it's all said and done, would you follow me down?
Honestly, Canada was my dream from young years. And I don't know why, because I have never been here before. I don't have any connections here. I mean, no family. I didn't have friends here before. I didn't know any person. But it's maybe it was some stereotypes I don't know about Canada. And it was always my dream to come here. And I even did some efforts for this. Like I learned English. I tried to find some programs as a nurse because my job is in high demand in these countries, North American countries. But it was always not successful. Like something, maybe it was not correct time when I was young. And so I lived in Ukraine. I worked as a nurse 11 years, and then due to some personal problems in my family, in my past family, and due to economical situation in Ukraine, and due to beginning of the war in the eastern part of Ukraine, I moved to Belgium when it was 2015. I moved for work with my children. We started everything from the very beginning, from zero. When I came to Europe, I had 50 euro in pocket. So
50 euro?
50 euro, yes, I remember. But it happened. It was some crazy adventure maybe, but maybe if person wants something, he can do. Everything just depends on the price, what you're ready to pay for this. And I mean, not money, right?
Yeah.
So it was not easy way. I learned Netherlands language. I learned a little bit French. French was more difficult for me always because I speak English, and Netherlands is easier for English speaking people because it's the same group of languages. But I tried with French also because Belgium is free languages country, free official languages. And then I tried to prove my diploma there. It was not completely successful. So I worked, but worked not as a nurse. And I lived there 7 years in Belgium, but I never felt myself at home there, honestly.
In Belgium?
In Belgium, yes. And during these 7 years, I didn't go to Ukraine because, as I am a surgical nurse, before going to Belgium, I actually got uh, some paper from Ukrainian commissariat that I should go to the military hospital to work there. And I didn't want it. So I was not sure if I'm not as a deserter by Ukrainian law. And I couldn't check it because I don't have anyone in government structures which could check it for me, right? So I was scared to come back to Ukraine and build my life in Belgium. And after 7 years, I got Belgian citizenship and I came back to Ukraine as a Belgian. It was just before war started, big war. So I came back 20 2022 for the new year. And I felt like I was 7 years absent in Ukraine, and I felt I lost something. That I am already not Ukrainian, you know, like I lost this connection. Like my home already not in Ukraine and not in Belgium, like in between.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was there 1 month. I met all my family, my friends, everyone. I met places which were dear for me from my childhood. And I realized I want to come here. I want to visit. But my home already.
To Canada, you mean?
No, in Ukraine, when I was still in Ukraine, this visit. I felt like I lost my connection with home.
With Ukraine, yeah.
Yes, with Ukraine during 7 years. And so when I came back to Belgium, and frankly speaking, war was on the border, but we didn't believe, till the last moment, we didn't believe it will start really. Especially because, like my family, we have a lot of connections with Russians. We have family members in Russia. We always lived like brothers, and we never expected it will start really. We thought it's political games, so on. And then when war started, everyone was shocked, and all my family came to me to Belgium. Close family, far family members, everyone came to me, and I was just one who tried to survive with all of this to find out. And in this regime, it was like 2 months life, and I felt that I give up already because I didn't have place in my own home, if you understand what I mean. And so then Canada opened program for Ukrainians as a working visa. So it's work permit for 3 years. And as I always dreamt to go to Canada, I thought, well, okay, maybe I will try once again. And yeah.
So
because I tried 2 times before when I was young. One time I tried through the American official program, USA program, but they proposed to work in USA, in Canada, or in Australia for the choice. But that program was give up. And then I tried through the immigration lawyers, but they were not so honest people, unfortunately. And that was my 3rd try. And when I applied for visa, I got answer actually the next day. Very quickly, they sent me request for fingerprints and then request for my passport. And so in 2 weeks from the day of apply, I was already with working visa.
Wow.
Yeah, very quickly. So I thought maybe if door is open, I should go there. Maybe it's a destiny, I don't know. And so I started to look for the job through the internet. I wrote in a lot of Facebook groups like I'm looking for a job. I am a nurse, but my nursing diploma is not proved yet in Canada. So I agree for any different job which I can do. And a lot of people started to message me in Messenger with different propositions. And one woman from Jasper asked me to come to her clothing store because my second education is marketing. So she asked me for 1 year to be a manager of her clothing store, to replace her manager which was in maternity leave. For 1 year, yes. And she proposed me free accommodation in Jasper. So she told, I can pay you small salary, but I will give you free accommodation. And I thought I spoke with that woman in internet. She showed me her family. She has husband, 2 amazing children. And so she looked like a normal person, a good, reliable person. And we decided to go. So we bought tickets and flew to Calgary because it's the closest airport to Jasper. Yes, she met us in airport. Frankly speaking, she is my best friend now in Canada. The first person I met here, yes, and she's amazing. She met us very warm, and she brought us to Jasper. Everything in apartments were prepared especially for us. You know, it was very sensitive. She put everywhere like small postcards, welcome home. Yes.
Mhm.
And then I worked with her 1 year, as was promised. I worked even longer. And during this time, I was busy to prove my nursing degree. First, I proved it for healthcare aid, and then I proved it for the nurse. And frankly speaking, she didn't mind if I will stay, because her manager after maternity leave, she was not so, she couldn't fix her time schedule because of small baby, 1 year old baby, and full-time work as a manager, it's difficult. So the owner of store, she proposed me to stay 1 year more for a little bit ensure her also with this manager. And I didn't know what to do. That time was proved my nursing degree, and I got a lot of propositions to work as a nurse, because after I applied my resume in internet, next day I got propositions for interview. So I decided, we spoke a lot with my store manager, and I decided to go my own way, because otherwise I would just lose time to stay 1 more year. And, when child of my colleague, my previous colleague, would grow up, I would be not needful anymore there. And who knows if I would have good enough proposition that time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, so then I found job here in Peace River, and I found apartments and moved. We moved here, so now we are here. Yes, that is my story. I don't know if it will be interesting for people who look this video. It's more formal, you know, more formal story. It's not about romantic.
Yeah, but I think it's very important for the man to know your story, because your story is quite amazing, like what you achieved. But you say we moved, so you moved to Canada with your 2 daughters, right?
Yes. I moved with 2 daughters. One is 18 years old and one is 16 years old now. She almost 17. Eldest daughter graduated in Jasper last June. She graduated, she got diploma, and actually she is amazing. She did program of 3 years high school in 1 year. She did grade 10, 11, and 12 in 1 year, and passed all exam perfectly, and she's graduated. Now she works in daycare. We decided she take this year for understand what she wants to do in her life, because she doesn't know yet, she can't understand. And for she wants to upgrade some subjects which she didn't have in Jasper. For example, she didn't have chemistry, she didn't have physics. So she took these subjects here at local school. She does it for have more choice, better chances for future study. Probably she will study for teacher because she likes to work with children. She's happy with her job. And youngest is just at school. She's grade 11. She does good. She does good job. Math is a little bit so-so, but English is actually 90, I don't remember, or 93 or 98%, something like very good. Yeah. But they learn English in Belgium too. So it's a little bit easier for us. I know a lot of Ukrainians, they actually, I think the reason they are not ready, some of them came immediately from the war, immediately from Ukraine, and they don't have some basic understanding of immigration. They don't have language, and a lot of people give up and they just come back. For us, it's a little bit easier because we passed all these steps already in Belgium. It was very hard, but it's passed. So for us, Canada, from the first day, it was like next, like we moved to the other street. It was any feeling of big changes. We got used to this. And what was good surprise for me, we visited Belgium the last November. We went for visit for 2 weeks. And when we came back to Canada, children told in the airport, oh, finally we are at home again, you know.
Oh, yeah.
When they, and we live here just 1.5 years, and coming to airport was feeling like, yeah, we are at home finally. Yeah, it's amazing. And I met a lot of good people. Really, I'm very amazed with Canadians. You are amazing people here. Yes, I met a lot of new friends, different age, like age of my parents and age of my children. It's amazing.
Yeah, you seem to be a very active woman in life, right?
Yes,
You
but I
make
do.
decisions. Mhm.
My life is just, honestly, my life is just work and some like grocery. Come back home because I work 12 hours shift and we are very short in staff. We are usually always short in staff, so sometimes it's 16 hours shift. After 16 hours shift, you know, I am not in the best mood. So yes, it's hard. It's hard job, but I like it because it's stable. It gives me a feeling of stability, and this is very important for me. I worked hard for prove my license. It was a lot of efforts. I passed 4 exams. I passed a lot of protocols. So it was hard and stressful.
Yeah, so now you are a registered nurse in Canada. You can work as a nurse everywhere in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know about Quebec. It's like, I don't know laws. It's always separate, like Quebec. I don't know. Probably yes. But
Yeah, there is.
excuse me, every province in Canada has, so for nurses, as it is licensed job, I need to get license in every province separate, but it's not hard. It's just you apply, it's just a formal process usually. But every province give different license. I am not just in Alberta. No.
Yeah, but there is a huge demand of nurse here in Quebec. It's huge, and they make a lot of money, like
Yeah,
huge
here
salary.
still now I'm working, but still now I get phone calls very often, like different places, because my resume is still on the site. So different places propose me work, and honestly, I work now for a private place, and calls which I get, they are from government, like from government health services. So they proposed better uh, benefits for me. But I tell everyone that not now, because with people who for whom I work now, they met me also very warm, and they also helped me a lot. And I know that we are 7 nurses in demand now, and if I will leave them, it will be not good from myself. It's just human factor which keep me here.
Yeah, and it's good to have references after when you search a new job. You need to have good references. Like
Yes,
your previous boss must be happy of you, and you will write a letter for recommendation.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so uh, do you do you have time to meet a man with all this busy life?
Yes, that is what I feel like. My life become so concentrated on all these problems. And after divorce, I'm alone 8 years. And even if I met man, maybe it was not correct time because I was in a lot of immigrational troubles and all of this. And yes, now as longer I'm alone, as more I feel that if I if I will not change situation, I will too much get used to this, and it will be very difficult to change life. in this sense.
Mhm.
So yes, I want to meet men. I don't want to be alone. I want to have happy family, and I want to live maybe different life than I live now. To have support and to find a man with whom I would be able to get old calm in future. And I would like it's my last marriage in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I tried. I registered on some dating sites, yes, but I found out it's even dangerous because we even can't imagine how many not stable people mentally in internet, you know,
Mhm.
and we are not protected and we can't recognize them, not always. And as I'm mother with children, I don't want to have some risk like this. So that's why I registered in your agency, because it's a little bit some protection. Maybe you test somehow.
Yeah.
Yes, and if
Yeah.
man already came to agency, so it means he has a decision. So he knows what he wants. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people, they just don't know what they want. The
Yeah.
same with
Exact. Have you noticed some big mentality differences between Canadian men and Ukrainian men or Belgian men? Have you seen
I
some differences here?
I found, for example, Belgian man and Ukrainian man, it's a big difference. But Canadian man and Ukrainian man, it's not a big difference. I would find Canadians much closer to Ukrainians.
Oh,
And
yeah?
here men still want to be a man in Canada. They still want to be a man. They still want to have man's function in family, in society. And yeah, in Western Europe, it's sad to say, but man wants to be equal with women. And I think we are not equal. We have different role. And it's not natural, I think, when men and women the same.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one more reason why I couldn't find being couple in Belgium, because I want to feel myself woman near my man. Otherwise, I can do a lot of things myself. Why then I need him? If he doesn't want to be a man.
Yeah. 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 That's quite a story here that you have. Yeah. You. Oh, yeah. You say that the husband is the head and the woman is the neck. Like.
Yes, that is how we say in Ukraine, and I agree
Yeah.
with it.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I think that gives a pretty good idea of who you are, and your life is such an adventure. You should write a book.
That is my best friend always tell me. It's like, by the way, I like to read. I like to read, and this is a problem which is always problem for immigrants, because living in Belgium, I couldn't find books in Russian or Ukrainian language. Yes, I can order online, but it's always bad choice. It's not so good choice online. So I suffer because of I can't read what I want. Yeah, but it's just small mission.
And where you live now, are you the only Ukrainian family in town, or is there other
No,
Ukrainian?
we have 16 Ukrainian families here in town. We have some small community, Ukrainian community. But actually,
Ah,
it's absolutely not an issue, because I have a lot of Canadian friends already. I try to even more to be with Canadians, because I want to improve my English. I want to know more about life here, about small things which can know just local people, just they can teach me, you know. So I try to be more with Canadians.
okay. And ok, et vous parlez un peu français? Vous parlez un peu français?
Un petit peu, un petit peu.
Un petit peu?
Je m'appelle Tanya, je suis ukrainienne. Je suis divorcée. just very basic.
Very basic. And
And
how did you spend Новый год? The first
work.
at work?
Yes, I
Oh.
spent both Christmas, Orthodox Christmas and Catholic Christmas, and New Year I worked. Just this weekend I'm at home, so my long weekend today and Saturday, Sunday. So I plan to celebrate actually tomorrow Christmas, New Year, and other Christmas. We still have Christmas tree in our house.
Okay.
What about you? How did your family celebrate?
Oh, we were at the dacha in the north of Montreal with my family, and
Oh, amazing.
yeah, my wife and yeah, my kids. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Great with family, yes.
Okay.
So for me, it was just work, but it was fun at work too.
Mhm.
It was fun with family.
Okay, thank you very much, Tatyana. I think we said enough, so the man knows exactly who you are and your lots. I mean, by your action, we know who you are, right? Saying
Yes,
it's a
yes, I do. It's just somehow it sounds not romantic and it sounds not sound more like a working interview or immigrational interview, not like a romantic story. But I can be different.
no, it's different and it's original. I like it. I think it's really good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this. Unless, do you want to add something else for your
Thank you
interview?
for your time. No, thank you for your time.
Okay.